Hello, and welcome to my channel, where I mostly share my love of fragrance and enjoying my collection. In this video, I'll be reviewing the new Fall Faceted collection from Bath & Body Works. Thank you so much for stopping by, and let's get started. Bath & Body Works has released their first round of fall scents. And first up, I have the Fall Faceted collection, which is available now both online and in stores. Unfortunately, since it is in faceted packaging, it's a bit more expensive, so I definitely recommend waiting for a sale. There are 3 scents in the Fall Faceted collection, and I picked up all of the fragrance mists. I do like the faceted packaging a bit more when it has a gradient on it, so I think that the packaging is okay, but I'd still prefer a regular bottle with a decorative label. It also bothers me that the label for Fall in Bloom is positioned differently than on the other scents, which seems like a bit of a quality control issue. The Fall Faceted collection includes Black Cherry Merlot, described as a rich, fruity glass of sweet red. Leaves, described as spiced, fruity, and oh so cozy, basically everything you love about fall. And Fall in Bloom, described as the most beautiful fall bouquet, vibrant, warm, and sweet. And then I also have the standalone scent Chasing Fireflies, described as fruity yet floral with a dash of enchantment. And now let's get on to the reviews. And first up is Black Cherry Merlot, which is a re-promoted scent that comes in a dark red gradient bottle. And this has notes of dark cherry, black raspberry, and sumptuous Merlot. And while this has been out before, I've never had the chance to try it. It opens with a deep, dark, syrupy cherry that has a nice sweetness to it. I don't find it to have too much of a medicinal cough syrup kind of quality as cherry sometimes can, but I think if you're sensitive to that, you should definitely test this first. I find it to be quite syrupy in a way that I would describe as sticky sweet. The cherry is mixed with a dark raspberry, but I feel like the cherry is more prominent. There's also a bit of a boozy feel from the Merlot, but it's not overly alcoholic and it doesn't overpower the other notes. To me, this is a sweet, syrupy cherry scent with some dark berries and a bit of a boozy quality. I love cherry scents, so I'm always happy to add another one to my collection. And for comparisons, first I have Bath & Body Works 1,000 Wishes for You, with notes of pomegranate prosecco, sweet elderberries, star jasmine, and sugared woods. And this is a sweet, fruity berry scent with a soft floral and a bubbly quality. These both have a dark berry beverage-like quality, but 1,000 Wishes for You is lighter and more floral, while Black Cherry Merlot is more fruity and syrupy. I thought these might smell more similar, but 1,000 Wishes for You doesn't have the delicious dark cherry sweetness. Next I have Bath & Body Works Sugared Cherry Crisp, which has notes of cherries, graham cracker crumbs, and vanilla sugar. And this is a sweet, gourmand cherry scent with a sugary quality. It's really delicious, and I actually like the graham cracker note when I don't usually like overly baked goods types of scents. These share a similar dark cherry feel, but Sugared Cherry Crisp is more sugary sweet, while Black Cherry Merlot has a more syrupy berry. Then I have Bath & Body Works Black Raspberry Vanilla, with notes of fresh raspberries, vine-ripened blackberries, vanilla orchid, creamy sandalwood, and cashmere woods. And this is a dark berry scent with a warm woodiness to it. I find it to be really sharp and wish it had more sweetness. While these both have black raspberry, they're pretty different, as Black Raspberry Vanilla is really tart and Black Cherry Merlot is syrupy sweet. Next I have Bath & Body Works Sunset Glow, which has notes of fresh coconut, sparkling cherry seltzer, dreamy moonflower, and caramelized vanilla. And this is a bright cherry vanilla scent with a light floral note. It has soft creamy coconut and it's really sweet and delicious. These are both sweet cherry scents, but Sunset Glow is creamy and vanillic, while Black Cherry Merlot is dark and syrupy. And finally, I have Bath & Body Works Firecracker Pop, with notes of red cherry, fresh citrus, and juicy berry. And this is a syrupy, sugary, fruity popsicle scent with a soft warmth. It has a mix of cherry and berries, as well as a kind of candied feel. These share the mix of cherry and berries, but Firecracker Pop is brighter and more sugary, while Black Cherry Merlot is dark and boozy. It's kind of like cherry Kool-Aid versus cherry wine. Next up is Leaves, which is an existing fragrance that's new to body care, and it comes in a green gradient bottle. And this has notes of crisp red apple, golden nectar, and warm clove spice. And this opens with juicy apple and a lot of the spicy clove. It has a spicy apple cider type of feel without much of the sparkling quality. And there is some sweetness as well from the nectar. Leaves has always been one of my two favorite candles from Bath & Body Works, the other being Marshmallow Fireside, and the scent feels very familiar in the body care. To me, it's a spiced apple scent with a subtle sweetness, and it feels like fall and the holidays to me. I'm just not sure if this is something that I can see myself wearing often, as I really associate it with being a home scent. I do love the smell though, and I want to spray it all over my house. And I also think that the mist feels pretty strong. And for comps, first I wanted to compare this with the Leaves candle, which has the same notes of crisp red apple, golden nectar, and warm clove spice. And these smell pretty much identical to me, so I think Bath & Body Works did a good job carrying the scent over into body care. If anything, the fragrance mist has a bit more apple, while the candle seems to have more spice. Next I have Bath & Body Works Champagne Apple and Honey, with notes of crisp apple, sparkling champagne, jasmine honey, and autumn woods. And this is the 2022 version, and it smells like fresh apple cider with a bit of tartness to it. It has a light floral note and a hint of sweetness, and this scent actually had to grow on me a bit. These both have an apple cider-like quality, but Champagne Apple and Honey has the sparkling note and is much fresher, while Leaves is far more spicy. Then I have Bath & Body Works Winter Candy Apple, which has notes of red apples, winter rose petals, candied oranges, maple leaf, and fresh cinnamon. And this is an apple scent with fresh rose petals and some citrusy brightness. To me, it smells like apple cider with a cinnamon stick in it. And again, these share the apple and cider-like quality. But Winter Candy Apple is brighter and has a bit of a candied feel. Leaves has a deeper spice with the clove versus the cinnamon in Winter Candy Apple. And finally, I have Bath & Body Works Country Apple. And this doesn't have the notes listed on it, and I found different versions online. But I think that this one has juicy apple, apple blossom, fresh muguet, sheer sunlight, and orchard woods. It's a soft floral with fresh apple and a subtle fruity sweetness. While these both have apple, Country Apple is a fresh, fruity floral, while Leaves is a deeper, spicy apple scent. Next up is Fall in Bloom, which is a re-promoted scent in an orange and yellow gradient bottle. And this has notes of juicy plum, wild blooms, and velvet moss. And this is one of my favorite Bath & Body Works scents, so I was excited to see it was returning, although I feel like it hasn't been gone that long. And of course, I like the name for this one. It opens with a pretty floral note that smells like mixed flowers, as well as a sweet, syrupy plum. There's a little bit of wittiness as well, and this scent is known as being very similar to Burberry Her. Even though Fall in Bloom doesn't have strawberry listed, the fruit has a similar quality. And I feel like I actually enjoy Fall in Bloom a bit more than Burberry Her. To me, this is a soft, woody floral with syrupy plum, and I think it's a really beautiful scent. And for comps, first I have the original Fall in Bloom from last year, which has the same notes of juicy plum, wild blooms, and velvet moss. And to me, these two versions smell the same. They both have the soft floral, syrupy plum, and woody quality, and they seem to have the same strength as well. I really don't get any difference between these, so I'm glad that Bath & Body Works retained the same great formula. I will say, though, that I much prefer the original packaging, although the new one does have nice fall colors. Next, I have Bath & Body Works Gingham Gorgeous, with notes of pink strawberries, peach nectar, and peony blooms. And this is a light, clean floral scent with a fruity mix of fresh strawberry and juicy peach. The peony isn't too strong, and the scent has a fresh, fruity sweetness. These are both pretty florals with that fruity sweetness, but Gingham Gorgeous is more fresh and bright, while Fall in Bloom is a bit deeper and more syrupy. Then I have Victoria's Secret Pure Seduction Luxe, which has notes of posh violet, strawberry nectar, and regal plum. And this is a sweet strawberry candy scent with powdery violet and some dark plum. It also has a soft, woody quality to it. These share the plum and woody feeling, but Pure Seduction Luxe is dark and powdery, while Fall in Bloom is sweeter and more syrupy. I really love both of these, but I think Fall in Bloom has the edge for me. And finally, I have Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 68, which has top notes of dragon fruit and lychee, mid notes of jasmine, hibiscus, and sea notes, and base notes of vanilla and musk. And this is a soft floral scent with a nice fruitiness. It has a fresh vanilla sweetness, along with a woody quality and an overall airy feeling. These are both sweet, fruity florals with a soft, woody quality, and to me, they smell very similar. If anything, Cheirosa 68 is more airy, while Fall in Bloom is more fruity. Overall, I really like the Fall Faceted collection. I enjoy all three of the scents, and if I had to rank them, Leaves would be my least favorite. While I really love the spiced apple scent, I prefer it more as a home scent than body care. If I were ranking these as candles, Leaves would definitely come in first. In the middle would be Black Cherry Merlot. It's a sweet, syrupy cherry with dark berries and a bit of a boozy quality, and I'm happy to add it to my always growing stable of cherry scents. And that leaves Fall in Bloom as my favorite. I think it's such a beautiful, soft, woody floral with syrupy plum, and I'm glad that it's available again for people who may have missed out on it the first time. Bath & Body Works also released a standalone scent called Chasing Fireflies, which is a new scent that has floral packaging. I'm guessing this will be part of the signature line for the season, as it comes in many forms, including an eau de parfum. And this has notes of golden pear, jasmine blooms, and illuminated woods. And this opens really strongly, and honestly, it's a bit harsh and off-putting. I don't know how to describe it exactly, but it smells sharp and sour, kind of like fruit that has gone off. I'm not a huge fan of pear scents, and this one didn't start out great. After a few minutes, I get more of a mix of pear and a strong jasmine, and I like it more as the floral overtakes the fruit. The base is woody and a bit warm, but the floral is still prominent. When it's dried down, it has a very powdery quality, and it's much more pleasant than in the opening. But I find there is still a hint of pear and a sharpness that I'd prefer wasn't there. To me, this is a powdery floral with pear and a woody base. And for comps, first I have Bath & Body Works Fairytale, with notes of pomegranate nectar, fresh orange blossom, vanilla bean, and warm amber. And this is a pretty floral scent with sweet vanilla. It has a warm, ambery quality and a slightly syrupy, fruity note. It's quite strong, and to me feels more like a perfume. These are both fruity florals, but Fairytale is sweeter and has a brightness to it, while Chasing Fireflies has more of a powdery floral. Next, I have Bath & Body Works Dahlia, which has notes of velvet dahlia petals, crisp pear, praline musk, and whipped tonka bean. And this is a beautiful floral with soft pear and a really creamy sweetness. These are both florals with pear, but Dahlia is softer, creamier, and sweeter, while Chasing Fireflies is more powdery. They have a similarity, but Dahlia doesn't have the unpleasant opening and that bit of sharpness in the dry down that Chasing Fireflies has, so I find Dahlia to be prettier overall. And I kind of wish Bath & Body Works would have just brought back Dahlia. Then I have Bath & Body Works Emerald Mist, with notes of fresh rainfall, sun-kissed pear, and blonde woods. And this is a very fruity, pear-forward scent with some light woodiness and a fresh, aquatic quality. These both have pear and woods, but Emerald Mist is more fresh and fruity, while Chasing Fireflies is more floral. Next is Bath & Body Works White T-Shirt, which has notes of crisp pear, fresh white t-shirt, lavender cloud, clean musk, and soft sandalwood. And this is a clean, musky scent with a soft pear, lavender, and warm woods. It's light, and it has a bit of a freshly washed linen quality to it. These share the pear and woods, but White T-Shirt is more of a clean, soapy linen scent, while Chasing Fireflies is a strong floral. And finally, I have Bath & Body Works Poolside Cabana, with notes of crisp pear, warm breeze, and solar sandalwood. And this is a fresh pear scent with some zesty citrus. It has a little sweetness, as well as a warm woodiness and a sort of airy aquatic quality. These both have pear and woods, but Poolside Cabana is more fresh, airy, and warm, while Chasing Fireflies is very floral. So that's it for my review of the new Chasing Fireflies and the Fall Faceted collection from Bath & Body Works. Let me know what you think of these scents and if you're going to give any of them a try. Thank you for watching. I hope that you'll subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.